Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to online classes and have a pleasant morning to all of you. Well, today we are going to start a new topic, that is, I think I could turn and live with animals, section 3 of unit 2 from the New Pathways book, a poem written by Walt Whitman. Okay, it's an extract from the Song of Myself. And let us know a bit more about the poet. Walt Whitman was no born in 1819 and he died in 1892. Is one of the most illustrious American poets till date. He is often referred to as the father of free verse. Some of his well-known poems include "O Captain, My Captain" and "When Glass Lost in the Dooryard Bloomed." So this is the famous, poems he has written. However, now at this moment, we are going to read "I Think I Could Turn and Live with the Animals." So, dear student, let us start the reading of this extract. Okay, that and you have to think how human beings are different from animals. So, first of all, I'll read the stanza and then I'll tell you the word meaning, the difficult word meaning to make you understand, and then after I'll do the explanation of that particular stanza. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. So, dear student, in first stanza, as we can see, there are two word meanings. One is placid and another one is self-contained. Placid word meaning is quite calm, shant, and self-contained means poised. It means in the right mind, in full control of self. That means आपका खुद के ऊपर control है. That is means self-contained. Now let me do the explanation of this. In this first stanza, the poet is saying that he desires to turn into an animal and live with them. Why? Because he is impressed by their calmness and purity of their mind. He is praising that thing. Unlike humans, animals seems so contained with their lives and are happy in their natural surroundings. On other hand, if we think about the human, they are so ambitious and they are so selfish. Also, they never settle for the whatever they are getting. They always want to get more, achieve more, and that. However, the animals does not think like that. So that's why the poet is so happy to see them. And the simple lives of animals help them maintain self-control and their rationality. So here the poet stands and look at them for a long time, and the phrase which is used in this sentence, I stand and look at them long and long. So here long and long is the phrase. That implied meaning is the looking that the poet feels for these two qualities in human beings. Okay, now let me read another stanza. They do not sweat and whine about their conditions. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make a sick discussing their duty to God. Okay, so now in second stanza, let us go through the word meaning first. The word meanings are sweat and wine. Sweat and wine, and another one is sins. Okay, so sweat and wine here, it means to complain, to cry. We people are often found crying for and complaining for every deed and all that. तुम्हारी वजह से ऐसा हो गया, उसने ऐसा बोला तो ऐसा हो गया, like that. Okay, so sweat and wine we can call to complain or to cry, and since it is misdeeds, immoral actions, that is called paap. Now let me do the explanation. So in this stanza the poet is quite happy with the fact that animals do not make complaints and cry about their conditions like human. We are crying, we are like I'll give you some examples. Like if in summer season, if your classroom AC is not working properly, let's start crying, sir, I'm just feeling so, um, like sweat and all that, right? पसीना चल रहा, बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी लग रही है, like so we start complaining. We do not want to settle with what we have got. Okay, so this is the human nature. However, the animals does not do like this. Okay, so the poet is quite happy with the fact that animals do not make complaints and cry about their conditions like humans, and he says that they eat and sleep peacefully as they have nothing to worry about, while humans, because of their wrong actions, are unable to do so. So we are worried about so many different things in our life, right? We have to do homework, we have to eat, we have to go to attend party, birthday party, marriage ceremony, and a different type of thing. We are getting worried and we are very much busy into that. But the animals do not get worry about these all things. So here the poet is comparing human nature with animals nature, right? And they do not have to worry about कि उनके घर में खजाना रखा हुआ है, उनके घर में इतना पैसा रखा हुआ है, इतना सोना चांदी रखा हुआ है. So they are sleeping peacefully, they are not getting worried. So the poet says, even after committing sins, talks about God, right? Like the people are committing sins, पाप करते हैं और फिर भगवान के घर पे जाकर के पूजा पाठ करते हैं, भगवान मुझे माफ़ कर देना, like that. But animal does not do like that. So the poet is very much happy with the nature of animals. While animals are simple creatures and they do not need to worry about praying to God. The poet here means that since animals are so pure, they do not pray to God for forgiveness or ask God to fulfill their desires like humans. We are, भगवान मुझे पास करवा देना, मैं नारियल फोड़ूंगा, लड्डू चढ़ाऊंगा, लाइक दैट. बहुत सारे लोग तो टीका करके आ जाते हैं, पैर छूते हैं उसी दिन, particularly when you are having your examination. So that is quite you can say it's our sanskar, it's our, but still it should be done every day, not the single day. एक दिन सिर्फ दिखाने के लिए नहीं करना चाहिए, हमेशा होना चाहिए. So the poet is talking about that, how the animals and humans are different in the behavior of this. Now let us read the third stanza that says, not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. No one kneels to another, no, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago, right? So and it says no one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth, right? So in third stanza, let us go through the word meaning first. That is demented, another is mania, another one is owning, and kneels. Demented means affected with madness. Demented means affected with madness, जो पागलपन से ग्रसित होता है. Mania is again madness, पागलपन. Owning is means possessing, जो आपके अधिकार में है. And kneels means bend as a sign of respect, जब आप झुक करके किसी को प्रणाम करते हो, kneel down होते हो, right? Now let me explain the stanza. In this third stanza, the poet says animals do not possess material things like human, and they are happy and satisfied without all the worldly items, the desire of which has affected human being very badly, right? Can you tell me what desire we have? We have so many desires, right? That we have to you know score very good marks in examination, we have to get very high paying job, then we have to buy a house, we have to buy this, we have to buy that, we have to get married, we have to get settled, and all those things, right? Unlike the humans, animals are not having this type of desire. They are not owning or possessing anything. However, the humans are owning and possessing. You are owning bicycle, you are owning car, you are owning houses, many things, but उनके पास ऐसा कुछ होता नहीं है, right? So that's why the poet is comparing these all things with the madness, which is the desire to own things has been called madness by the poet. People desire many things, and that is called the mania of owning things. Now, when the poet says not one is respectable, he means that since all them are equal, there is no question of respect to some and insult to others. Okay, it means you have to respect everyone equally. It's not like that if they are junior, if they are senior, you will respect to the senior and disrespect to the juniors. This type of things are avoidable. Now, all these features of animals make them happy and uncomplaining. This is the feature of animals. Okay, now let us read the stanza 4. So they show their relation to me and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass the way huge times ago and negligently drop them? So in this stanza, let us go through the word meaning first. First one is tokens, then events, then possession, then negligently. Tokens means symbols, right? Symbols. Events means to show, दिखाना. Possession means ownership, आपका अधिकार होता है. And negligently it means in a careless manner, आप उसका ध्यान नहीं रखते हो, like that. Now let me go through the explanation. In this fourth stanza, the poet feels that animals represent human beings in some way. कहीं ना कहीं किसी न किसी रूप में जो है animals human beings को represent करता है. And this means that animals seem to have what humans once had. और इसका मतलब यह होता है कि एनिमल्स जो है उन चीज़ों को पाना चाहता है जो ह्यूमन के पास पहले से था. एग्जाम्पल फॉर वर्च्यूज़ लाइक काइंडनेस, इंसानों में पहले से काइंडनेस था. सेल्फ कंटेनमेंट पहले से थे वो लोग ह्यूमंस. इनोसेंस भी था पहले से. नाउ इट इज़ गेटिंग चेंज्ड जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द डिज़ायर टू अचीव मोर. वी आर बिकमिंग सेल्फिश. They symbolize the lost values of human race. Okay, so animal is symbolizing, animal is becoming the tokens, symbolize. Okay, so animal here is symbolize the lost values of human race. जो हमारा पहले से ह्यूमन रेस का जो काइंडनेस, सेल्फ कंटेनमेंट, इनोसेंस था, उसको सिम्बलाइज करता है एनिमल. Right? And the poet believed that civilization has corrupted human beings, and instead of teaching values to them, it has taught them greed. Poet ऐसा सोचता है, ऐसा मानता है कि civilization जो है human beings को corrupt कर दिया है. Right? Corrupt. Do you know what is the meaning of corrupt? You can write down in the comment section. Okay. और अच्छे वैल्यूज़ सिखाने के जगह पे उसको लालच सिखा दिया है. किसने? सिविलाइजेशन ने. सभ्य बनने के जगह पे हम लोग असभ्य बनते जा रहे हैं. सिविलाइजेशन मीन्स सभ्यता. इट हैज़ टॉट देम ग्रीड, और उसकी वजह से जो है हम लोग लालच सीख चुके हैं, लालच ज़्यादा होता है. He believes in this poem that humans dropped these virtues a long time ago and have forgotten them. और लास्ट लाइन में जो है पोएट यह भी बोलता है कि उसको ऐसा लगता है, ऐसा मानता है वो कि ह्यूमन जो है इस वर्च्यू को जो है काइंडनेस, सेल्फ कंटेनमेंट और इनोसेंस को बहुत पहले छोड़ चुका है और उनको भूल भी चुका है. सो the poem ends here, dear student. I believe and I hope that you have understood this poem completely. If you are having any question related to this poem, you may ask me in the comment section, and the students who are outsider, I'll request them to kindly subscribe the channel also to get the more notification and immediate notification whenever the chapters are getting uploaded. All right, thank you and have a nice day. We'll meet next day.